1 minute, folks.
Morning, everybody. Hello, test, test. Michael, Michael.
Check.
Test, test. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity. We're going to try a new little song on you here. I hope you like it. Here we go.
Join in when you feel comfortable. Stay there for 1 second. So, Don Rao, Jen Erickson, Chuck Chase, Donna Roselli, Sandy Rao, and Jane Conroy. Thank you, Joyful Noise. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday morning celebration service. Welcome to all who are watching on YouTube and Facebook. And that would be Ellen and Joan and Pam and Phil and Jess and whoever else is on Facebook and YouTube. We're glad you're here. Let's see. I want to just tell this congregation that You saw me wearing a face mask when you came in today, and I'm not ill. I feel just fine, and I'm traveling next week. So I want to make sure I stay just fine as much as I can. And so that's why that's happening. And so it's time to welcome our first-timers into the sanctuary on online. If you are a first-timer in the sanctuary and you feel comfortable, please raise your hand so we can see you and give you a welcome packet. Marge and Tom have welcome packets if you would like one. All right, thank you. And if you're online and you would like a welcome packet, we invite you to email May at admin@unityofstuart.org, and she would be delighted to send you a welcome packet. For those of you in the room, in there are a couple of things. There is a form you can fill out and take to the welcome podium, and Judy is on the welcome podium today, and she will be delighted to give you a gift and take your form if you fill it out and you'd like to receive our newsletter. And what else about that? In there's a prayer intention form if you'd like to have prayer for our prayer chaplains to pray over your prayer. You can fill that out and put it in the prayer box in the foyer. Most importantly, what we'd like you to know, what we'd like everyone to know, is that everyone is welcome here. Everyone is celebrated. We are a positive path of spirituality, and we are honored by your presence. So thank you very much. I didn't look on Facebook to say hi to everybody who was here. I don't know what I'm thinking. Last week, I knew it was too much coffee. This week, I'm not quite sure. So, all right, online. Sylvie, hi, Sylvie. Good to see you. Mike and Doreen, and there's a whole bunch more of you watching, but nobody is saying who they are. So it's all good. We welcome everyone. Let's see. Judy Gaskin in Albuquerque. And Mike and Delia. Good morning, Delia. Good to see you. And Mike. So there you have that. Oh, if you haven't raised your hand and you want to bring a welcome packet to someone you know, or you want to hand a couple out to friends, you can take a welcome packet on the way out. They're on the left side as you exit the sanctuary doors. We do have coffee and cookies in the kitchen. If you'd like a bite to eat, something sweet, before you leave today, please join us for that. We do have prayer chaplains in the room today. We have Amy Neff, who is our prayer chaplain coordinator and team lead, and she is here. Yay for Amy. And if you would like prayer support after service, Amy will be in the sanctuary. Although, as I'm saying that out loud, Amy, what we're going to be doing today, I was going to ask this at the end of the service, but it's more appropriate now. We're going to be moving some chairs against the window, most of the chairs, stacking them and putting them against the windows, because next week is our kids camp, and they're going to be using this space to do some of the larger activities they're going to do. So, Amy, I'm wondering where you're going to pray with folks today. So if anybody wants prayer, Amy will be hovering around the back door, maybe outside, maybe out on the patio, because it'll be pretty noisy in here. And while I'm doing that, if you have time after the service to move some chairs, please stay. Anybody able-bodied and able to do that, we certainly would appreciate it. If you have a prayer intention and you'd like to email it to us, if you're online, you can email prayer@unityofstuart.org. You can also call the Silent Unity Prayer Line, which is at our home office outside of Kansas City, and you see the number right there. We have our ongoing Tuesday meditation live on Facebook at 10 a.m., and that's with spiritual teacher and Reiki Master Cheryl Roby, every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. There's an opportunity for welcome team members. If you'd like to serve Unity of Stuart as a welcome team member, would like more information, there is a sign-up at the information table. If it's on your heart to say hi to people when they walk in, and I'd welcome them into Unity, that would be the place for you.
Hi, everybody. Reverend Jude here. This is an invitation for you to join us in our next racial healing book study. We are using this handbook called the Racial Healing Handbook. It's by Annalise Singh, and the subtitle is Practical Activities to Help You Challenge Privilege, Confront Systemic Racism, and Engage in Collective Healing. You know, we started this work about 2 years ago, and it's ever important to continue to do this work and not fall asleep to the work that needs to be done in our world. So these are classes that are happening on Thursdays beginning on September 8th, and ending on November 10th. You have two opportunities. You have an afternoon opportunity, and that is from noon to 1:30 on Thursdays. And the second one is in the evening from 6 to 7:30. They will be all on Zoom, and I will, of course, be facilitating both. There is a post on our Facebook page for those of you who aren't in the sanctuary with a link that will take you to an outside website, my colleague's church website, where you can register. And in here, if you're in the sanctuary, you can sign up on the information table and you'll be sent the link to register. So I invite you all to continue to do this work. If you haven't been in a racial healing class with me yet, or anywhere really, we invite you to come in, to jump in. This is a gentle class where we create a safe space to share all the things that need to be shared. If you do not have Facebook and you would like to register, if you're not in the sanctuary, please call May at 772-286-3878, and she will be happy to send you the link to get registered. You can also email me at revjudedenning@gmail.com, and I'll make sure that you get the link for this class. And so yeah, join me in doing this good, valuable work, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
All right. So that was, so here's the last announcement. The last announcement that I'm going to make is that the reason why I have that video up today instead of telling you in person is because I want to try it out because I'll be gone the whole month of August. The board and my contract lets me know that I am eligible for 3 years, 1 month off a year. It's a mini sabbatical. After ministers are in churches for 7 years, they generally get 6 months of a sabbatical. That's not what I am asking for. I think that's too long for a minister to be away from church. So I've asked for 3 months in this set, and then another 3 months at a date yet to be determined. So this is my second mini sabbatical, and I'll be gone for the whole month of August. What I want to say to you all is please come to church while I'm gone. So yeah, so Nancy just said don't play hooky. So in order for the board to be comfortable, in order for our finances to be comfortable, in order for me to be comfortable leaving, I'm asking you all to please continue to come to church and to continue to financially support Unity of Stuart while I'm gone. This will make it a lot easier for me to take the time I need to rest and renew. So thank you very much for that. And now it's time for our dedication and the daily word. And I invite you to join me in dedicating our service today to living and giving in kindness. And our daily word is, with kindness I give, in kindness I live. Let's take a deep breath together. Today I choose to practice kindness. As I encounter others, I am happy to greet them. I think of them as traveling companions on life's journey. I offer a warm smile or a few words of appreciation to a friend or a stranger. Acts of kindness bring positive energy to both giver and receiver, then ripple out to bless others. When I inquire about someone's day, I honor them by listening deeply to their reply. If I miss an opportunity for kindness, I am kind to the next person I meet, and I remember to be kind to myself. However expressed, kindness honors the divine within us all. I affirm, with kindness I give, and in kindness I live. And I invite us into another deep breath, settling in and contemplating how the world will be a better place if we all focused on kindness just a little bit more, or a lot more. With kindness I give, in kindness I live. and so it is. Amen. And I invite us to affirm our affirmation together. In kindness I give, in kindness I live. And another deep breath, if you please, anchoring this affirmation as we affirm one more time together. In kindness I give, in kindness I live. And so it is. Amen. And let's prepare for prayerful meditation as we sing the prayer of St. Francis.
I am a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. There is injury, your pardon, Lord. Where there's love, true faith in you. I am a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. Where there's sadness, ever joy. Oh, Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. I am a channel of your peace. There's despair in life, let me bring hope. There is darkness, only light. Where there's sadness, ever joy.
And we breathe. And still ourselves, body, mind. And let's help that along by taking 3 deep breaths. Dropping our shoulders, dropping any baggage. Relaxing our bodies as fully as we are able. And let's be here now, in our heart space, in this sacred space, knowing that the spirit of love, the spirit of peace, the spirit of joy, the spirit of wholeness is right here. In the air that we breathe, in the music we hear, in the words we hear, Spirit is in this place. And as we move deeper into prayerful meditation, I invite you to allow the words you hear to become the words of your own mind and heart this morning. Knowing that Spirit is in this place, I release anything that it is not of love or kindness. I release any concerns, any judgments, any worry, knowing that I am in alignment with the One. And as I continue to breathe in my natural rhythm, I know each breath is a healing breath. If there's anything in my body that needs healing, I send breath there. Knowing that my intention has power. Any healing need in the world, any place that would benefit from kindness or love or comfort, I send my breath there. The power of Spirit is in my breath, and I breathe into our planet. Spirit is in this place. I am whole. I spread kindness. I spread love. I spread compassion. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in my mind. Spirit is active in my body. And all is well. In the quiet. And knowing that we have created a powerful healing space, I invite us to bring into our awareness all of those who are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stuart, and all of those that are in our minds and hearts, seeing each one lifted up, each one healed, whole, at peace, at love, at joy. If you'd like to speak names out into this space, now's the time. And releasing all into the care and keeping of the One. I invite you to join me in praying this in the name, in the nature, in the light, and in the love of the indwelling Christ consciousness. And so it is. Amen. And let's sing.
Give me this day my daily bread.
Decided to bring everybody over here today.
Shit. Good
Small but
morning.
mighty.
Yeah. We got Donaldo on the bass.
Here we go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Under the surface, beneath the wake of my cold black quiet, of my deepest place, the pressure moving, and the winds above me whirl. It's a Santa tide, turning me into a pearl. I'm not afraid to face the fire, to walk to the top of the highest peak, and when my feet become weak and tired, I will fix my faith, let go, and leave the hardest healing feels its feeling, breaking the ceiling, moving into the sky, and the greatest glory stops telling the same story, rises from the fury, burning into the higher. Oh, 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 turning into the higher. Oh, 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 we all have secrets and scars of shame, and the places wild that we wish to tame. But no matter how hard that we try to hide, whatever is hiding, it shows up on the outside. I'm not afraid to face the fire, to walk to the top of the highest peak, and when my feet become weak and tired, I will fix my faith, let go, and leave the hardest healing feels its feeling, breaking the ceiling, moving into the sky, and the greatest glory stops telling the same story, rises from the fury, burning into the higher. Oh, 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 burning into the high, burning into the high, burning into the high, burning into the high. The hardest feeling feels its feeling, breaking the ceiling, moving into the sky, and the greatest glory stops telling the same story, rises from the fury, burning into the higher. Oh, 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 burning into the high, burning into the high. Thank
Right,
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Joyful Noise. So we're about changing someone's story this morning, and it might actually just be your own story that we're changing, but we're about changing stories this morning. I want to start with a favorite teaching story. You may have heard it before, and it's always worth hearing again. A rabbi had a conversation with God about heaven and hell. "I will show you hell," said God, and pointed to a table. The people sitting at it were starving and desperate. In the middle of the table, there was a large pot of delicious stew, and the people around the table were holding spoons with very long handles. They found that it was possible to reach the pot to take a spoonful of the stew, but because the handle of the spoon was too long, they couldn't get the food back into their mouths. Couldn't figure it out. And the rabbi saw that their suffering was terrible. "Now I will show you heaven," said God. And they went into another room exactly the same as the first. There was the same table and the same pot of stew. The people, as before, were equipped with the same long-handled spoons, but here they were all well-nourished, laughing and talking. At first, the rabbi couldn't understand. "It's simple," said God. What were they doing? Feeding each other. Absolutely. So you're all God. Feeding each other. In every encounter that we have, in every single encounter that we have in our lives, we have a choice to make. Every single time. We can be God, or we can be not God. We can leave the person better than we found them. We can be encouraging. We can be kind, or we can be nothing, or I'm just going to say it, or worse, we can be mean, right? We can be nasty, right? There's nobody in this room that hasn't ever been nasty once, at least, right? Right. So we can be kind, or we cannot be kind. We can influence the person with our kindness. We can change their story, or we can do something else. We each have the power. So question, would you like to increase the joy of other people?
Absolutely.
Right? Would you like to have an energy of kindness and calm and peace and balance as you move through the world? Right? Yes, acts of kindness will do just that. Kindness is thoughtfulness in action. It's concern for others in action. And it's all about putting people's concerns, taking on other people's concerns, not in the way that we become responsible for them, but we have empathy for them. This is the power that we have and we never become doormats. We never just say yes because we think we should, okay? And the good news is, or more good news is that we cannot be kind to someone else without reaping the benefits ourselves. Right? Have you felt that, right? It's called the helper's high. And you talk about, you've seen Mr. Rogers and how important being a helper is and how that was the basis of his teaching. Yes, that's the basis of the teaching. And we benefit from it. We benefit from it. And because you're in this room and in this space, I know that you are seeking the sacred. You are seeking a holiness. You are seeking a connection, not just with other people, but with spirit. And that's the spiritual foundation of kindness. To seek first the connection with God. Seek first the connection with universal mind, with Buddha nature, with higher power. What else do we call it? The divine oneness. We seek that connection. Right? And when we seek that connection, we get a little bit closer to being kind. Because we can't walk on this path. We can't say that we're spiritual. We can't say that we love humanity, or we love our planet, or we love our coworkers or our family if we're unkind. So, connection with the divine. What does that mean? It's not just about coming into church on Sundays. It's about prayer and meditation and contemplation and being in the now moment. This book that we've been studying called Healing, it's not called Healing the Divide. It is called Hands-Free Life. And it's about connection. It's about relationship. And once we step on this path, that becomes a priority for us. Connection with spirit and connection with each other. Yes? Yes, we connect with each other. Oh, and being still. I know I'm a little scattered here. Connecting with the divine. It's being still. It's breathing. And being intentionally open and receptive to what Spirit would have for us. Even though sitting on the couch and watching television or reading a book it's good, We all do that. There are times when we need to come apart from all of that for a while. From social media, from television, from even reading a novel, or nonfiction for that matter, and just be still and breathe and be open to Spirit. Connection to self is next. If your self-talk is anything less than kind, I invite you to pay attention to that. Because we cannot be kind to other people if we're always unkind to ourselves. So I invite you to think about your self-talk. And I invite you to think about, how much do you work? How much are you stressed? How much are you worried about life, about family, about whatever it is, about work? It's really important to take that time to connect with ourselves and to do hobbies, right? To connect with ourselves through art, through music, through whatever that is, through going to a museum, for painting, or singing, or playing an instrument, or whatever other hobbies that you may have. I don't know what you're saying. Quilting, thank you. So Pat said her hobby is quilting. So that's a way to connect with self, right? To honor self, to be kind to ourselves. What do you love that you aren't doing right now? What do you love that you've said to yourself, oh, I love to do that, but I haven't got the time? It's important to make the time to do that, to be kind to ourselves. And then connection with others, right? Connection with others. 2 recent studies suggest that giving to others makes us happy, even happier than spending time on ourselves or spending money on ourselves. What's more, kindness creates a cycle that promotes happiness. Here's the study. It was published in the Journal of Social Psychology. Researchers in Great Britain had participants take a survey measuring life satisfaction. Then they assigned all the participants to one of the 3 groups. One group was instructed to perform a daily act of kindness for the next 10 days. Another group was also told to do something new each day for those 10 days. And a third group received no instructions. So, after the 10 days were up, the researchers asked the participants to complete the life satisfaction survey again. The groups that practiced kindness, it will come as no surprise, had a boost in happiness and in life satisfaction. The second group also had a boost in life satisfaction. The third group didn't have any change at all. Didn't have any change at all. So when we do good deeds, when we show kindness, we get happier. Does that make sense? Do you know what that's like? Right? You've heard that, right? If we do something, if we're not feeling good, if we're feeling sad or we're feeling depressed, go out and do something for someone else, and that will help us. That will help us elevate our moods. And of course, our master teacher has something to say about this. This is from Matthew 24. As Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately. Tell us, they said, when will this happen? When will he return again? And what will be the sign of your coming and the sign of the end of the age? So Jesus had been describing future events to his disciples. And he said this, and this is now in Matthew 25. He said, he will say to those on his right, enter, you who are blessed. Take what is coming to you in this kingdom. It's been ready for you since the world's foundation, and here's why. I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was homeless, and you gave me a room. I was shivering, and you gave me clothes. I was sick, and you stopped to visit. I was in prison, and you came to me. And of course, the disciples, being who they are, don't really ever get it. And they said, Master, what are you talking about? When were you hungry? When were you thirsty? When did we feed you? When did we give you something to drink? When were you ever in prison and we came to you? And he says, oh, for crying out loud. What? Paraphrasing, yes, thank you. whatever you did, whenever you did one of these things to someone overlooked or ignored, you did them for me. That's what is ours to do. As difficult as it may seem sometimes, it's easy with the people we love, right? It's easy with our children and our grandchildren and little ones. It's not so easy with people we're not so sure about or that we outright dislike. And that's what we're called to do. That's what we're called to do. So a couple of metaphysics around these passages. So when he says the kingdom, take what's coming to you in this kingdom. When he talks about the kingdom, he's talking about the kingdom of heaven. And when he's talking about the kingdom of heaven, he's not talking about anything outside of ourselves. He's not talking about what happens after we die, after our bodies die. He's talking about what can happen right now within humanity, when we're kind to each other, when we love each other, when we seek to co-create a world that works for all. We participate in creating the kingdom of heaven. Right? And remember that Jesus is not the great exception. He's the great example, which is why we called him our elder brother. We are called to follow that example. And what that is called within us is our Christ nature, our Christ consciousness. We're called to tap into our Christ consciousness whether we're feeling good or whether we're not feeling good, and radiate love and kindness to ourselves and to others. Amen? Amen. Amen. When we make our Christ consciousness real, when we enter into oneness, we are in the kingdom of heaven, and we are promoting the kingdom of heaven on the planet. So kindness helps us get closer to the kingdom of heaven right here and right now. And I'm going to have 3 examples of kindnesses. One small, one medium, one large. So small. I have my middle daughter, Taryn, who's in her mid-30s now. When she was at 3 or 4, I don't remember how old she was, she started nursery school, right? And on the first day of nursery school, when she was 3, we pull up and we walk up to it was actually a Lutheran church at that time, and we walk up to the church, and there's a little girl outside church, another 3-year-old outside church, crying, clinging to her mother's leg, just traumatized by the idea of leaving her mom and walking into nursery school by herself. Her name was Megan. And Taryn, my kind-hearted daughter, walked up to Megan, and I'm going to paraphrase, so I don't really know what she said. I can't remember. She said, hi, I'm Taryn. Oh, don't worry, I'll walk in with you. I'll be your friend today. And Megan stopped crying, let go of her mother's leg, and walked into nursery school holding Taryn's hand. And I saw that mother over the years, and then it had to be 10 years after, we ran into somebody, and she said, I still think about that time, about how kind your daughter was to my daughter, and how that enabled her to start nursery school on a good foot. Now, Taryn, my daughter, changed her story of her first day of school, which could have been really and truly traumatic, into something that was kind and loving, and there was a connection there. That's the small. I came across a podcast recently called Unsung Heroes, and it's simply a podcast about kindness. Simply a podcast about kindness. And so I want you to look it up if you're interested. It's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it's kindness stories. And I also came across this young man in, I don't know where he is, but I think he's in Britain or South Africa or someplace like that, but every time he scores a goal, he's a soccer player, or a football, as they call it over there. His name is Lasane Mutanki. Every time he scores a goal, he's 18, he plants 11 trees, one to represent each player on his team. He's from Kenya. He started his Trees for Goals program to mobilize young athletes in his region to take up his pledge of planting trees every time they score. Now he's urging the Federation and other professional soccer players to do that as well. He knows the amazing impact that could be made if professional teams started celebrating their wins by giving back to the environment. He says football is a universal game and climate change is a universal problem. So he said, it has the power, planting trees has the power to connect, engage, educate, and inspire my generation to create a safer and greener future. He's changing the story of our planet, right? I'll tell you the big one in a minute. But I'm going to go back to the book now and back to Rachel's 6-second challenge. We can change someone's story in 6 seconds. And it's funny, in the book she talks about how she came up with the 6-second challenge. She had taken her cat to the vet, and when he was, of course, nervous, and when she picked him up and put him on her lap, she said it took him 6 seconds to start purring. And so that's how she came up with the 6-second challenge. And she says this: in 6 seconds, you can kiss someone like you mean it. In 6 seconds, you can kiss someone like you mean it. In 6 seconds, you can hold open a door. In 6 seconds, you can wait for a little straggler to catch up. I'll wait for you, you can even say. In 6 seconds, you can take a deep breath. In 6 seconds, you can let something go. In 6 seconds, you can tuck a note in a lunchbox or in a pocket. It takes 2 seconds to draw a heart. In 6 seconds, you can say you're sorry. In 6 seconds, you can cut yourself some slack. In 6 seconds, you can feel the sunshine. In 6 seconds, you can decide it's time to stop looking back. In 6 seconds, you can whisper it's going to be okay to yourself or to someone else. In 6 seconds, you can drop $1 in a hat. In 6 seconds, you can pick up that old guitar. In 6 seconds, you can look into someone's eyes and say, my life is better because of you. 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 She says, it's enough to make a bad day good. It's enough to bring life back to your weary bones. It's enough to remember what really matters in the midst of so much that doesn't. It's enough to change someone's story and send a ripple of unending kindness and love out into the world. 6 seconds. I challenge you to use 6 seconds like crazy this week. So here's the big kindness. And I'm going to play a video, and you may have seen this if you're on the internet for any time. You may have seen this, or social media. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play a video, but Mike is going to mute it for those of you who are online. I'm so sorry. Facebook has been getting cranky with us lately, and I've had a couple of warnings about copyrighted music. And so if I play copyrighted music to Facebook and YouTube, there's a danger of us getting banned or suspended, and we don't want that to happen. If you're on Facebook, the link is on our page. I posted the link this morning on our page. If you're on YouTube, you can see the video if you search Newport Folk Festival, Joni Mitchell, and you'll see what I'm about to show you. And you can actually do that now. It's about 6 minutes long, and we'll be here on the other side. So if you want to do that now, I invite you to do that now as I get ready to play that for those in the room. Uh-oh, it's muted in the room, Mike. Oh, there it goes.
What's that?
Will you sing us a couple more, Joni?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do this one.
All right.
Okay. Roll
and ice cream castles in the air, and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. And they rain and they snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions that I recall. I really don't know clouds. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. No, don't give yourself away. Oh, I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions that I recall. I really don't know love. I really don't know love at all. I don't know love at all.
Tears and fears and feeling proud.
To say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange, and they shake their heads and they tell me that I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained.
Tell him, Joni.
In living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know life at all.
just stop? Did the world just stop? Did everything that was wrong with it just go away? I feel like it did, Joni. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love you too, Mom.
So here's why I wanted to show that video. It's not about the song itself. It's about the relationship that all of those people on the stage had with Joni Mitchell. It's about the relationship that Brandy Carlisle has with Joni Mitchell. She has been a fan of Joni Mitchell for forever. And she actually did a concert of every song on Joni Mitchell's album called Blue. And Joni Mitchell was there that night. And they've become friends over the years. Mike, you need something? You muted? Am I muted? Do I sound muted? No. I'm muted. I'm muted. Now I'm good. So, back to the beginning of that this is not about the song, both sides now, although it is a beautiful song. And if you want to look at what she was thinking of when she wrote it, you can certainly find that online. It's about the relationships. It's about the relationships that everybody on that stage had with Joni Mitchell. So in 2015, Joni Mitchell almost died of a brain aneurysm. And she couldn't speak for a while, couldn't walk for a while, and then stopped playing music altogether. And then she started this, along with friends, including Brandy Carlisle, called Joni's Jams in her living room. And people would come. I think the first night, like Herbie Hancock was there. I think Elton John came, and Brandy Carlisle came, and they would just play. And Joni Mitchell started to sing again. And then Brandy Carlisle got it in her head that Joni needed to perform. And so this was the festival in 2022. And what I think is so touching for all of us when we watch that video is the pure love that is on that stage. And I don't know if you noticed, but at one point, Brandy Carlisle starts singing the first few words of a line because she was there to have Joni Mitchell's back. She was there to help her be successful. And that is heart-opening. That's the big one. We can do that in our lives as well, but no pressure. But even seeing it, when she said at the end of the video, did the world just stop? Well, I wonder if it stopped for you when you watched it. Yeah, it certainly stopped for me. It's the first time I saw it, I was almost sobbing. That's how touched I was by it. That pure love and kindness that was on the stage. And that is what I'm talking about when I talk about the kingdom of heaven. That is what I'm talking about when I talk about changing someone's story. To hold people in love. To see what they cannot see for themselves. To hold yourself in love. Brandy Carlisle has said that she has been a nervous wreck every time she's in Joni Mitchell's company and singing in Joni Mitchell's company. Just hoping that Joni will like it. That's kindness and courage. They go hand in hand. I see some people still wiping tears. Yes, that is a good thing. It's good to be open and receptive and responsive when we see that kindness. And for me, it just elevates my desire to be kind wherever I am, whenever I come into contact with people. So, that experience isn't only for Joni Mitchell, it's for each and every one of us. Namaste. Okay, and it is time to move into our celebration of abundance. This is when we give of our financial gifts to Unity of Stuart. And standing on this foundation of unity, standing on this foundation of the kingdom of heaven, I invite us to take a breath as we circulate our tithes and our love offerings, knowing and honoring this work that we do here and how we are making the world a kinder place. Thank you all for your continued love offerings, tithes, and gifts. Thank you to our consistent givers. I hope you all feel the impact of your gifts on Unity of Stuart and in the world. Let's affirm our prosperity prayer and our love offering blessing together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all of the needs of Unity of Stuart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And our love offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. And let's sing about it.
We all give our gratitude and give thanks for the multitude of blessings given every day that help us all along the way. We give thanks for a chance to give our gifts and for the lives we live, and all the mercies from above that fill our hearts with grace and love. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. Oh, we give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. Oh, we give thanks.
And we have some more announcements. We have a fundraiser going for upgrading our parking lot lighting, and we invite you to join us in raising those funds. If you are able to give a gift, I invite you to give it over and above your regular offering and designate your gift to lighting. Thank you so much. You are helping shine the light. Have a Unity Basics class coming up, a Unity membership class called Living in Unity. If you are just curious about Unity and or you'd like to become a voting member, I invite you to join me on 2 Wednesday nights in September. It's between 6 and 7:30. That's going to be in person in the building and also on Zoom. If you would like to, if you're in the sanctuary, you can sign up in the foyer. If you're online, there is a post online, and you can register on that post. This is the last day of the month, so we're re-announcing our legacy program. There are brochures in the seat backs and on the information table, actually the next to the prayer box. If you'd like to see what it looks like to add something into your will or make us a designee of your life insurance, whatever that is, you can leave a legacy to Unity of Stuart, and you can see the link there. And let us stand as we welcome in our kiddos. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. In the light of God. It's birthday Sunday for someone else. Hi.
No, next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Oh. Did I put up a slide for birthdays? Well, we're going to sing it today. We can also sing it next week, too.
Okay.
All right. How's it going? Wait, we're not going to sing just yet. I want to talk to the kiddos. How's it going? Does anybody have anything they'd like to share? All right. All right. So if it's on your heart to serve our ministry by serving our kiddos, we invite you to see Jen, and she will be delighted to tell you what that's all about. And on August 21st, there's a youth and family ministry pancake fundraiser. So if you are not in church and you love pancakes, come August 21st. And that's a $5 suggested love offer. Do you have anything else you want to say? Anything?
Worth it.
We're excited for camp. Thank you all who are participating and holding us up high. Hold us in your prayers. We start tomorrow at noon.
There you go. All right, thank you. All right, let's sing happy birthday since it's up there. Oh, anybody? Wait. Everybody sit down. Thank you.
Birthday to
Everybody, birthday in August, stand up.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. All right. And so we'll be singing that again next week. Let's bless our kiddos in song.
I see joy. Okay.
Let's sing to the kiddos.
We love you.
We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. And now I invite you to stand as we close with the prayer for protection and the peace song together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love.
The power of God protects us.
I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine. And let's sing. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous life. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. So it is. And if you are able to stay for a few minutes and help move chairs, that would be wonderful. Many hands make light work.
Okay. I didn't hear her say that.